Hello guys, I'm Reagan and welcome back to part 2 of my Q&A video. So you see I posted a community post a few days back and I asked you guys to ask me any questions. So yeah, I got a good bunch of questions here, so I just decided to split them. This is part 2. If you haven't watched the part 1, you can click the link above and watch that video too. Now, let's get right to it. Gray Epikeya asked me, would we be seeing motorcycle reviews from you this 2022? Specifically from the top 4 Japanese brands. If so, I'd like to suggest that you review their sport bikes. Alright, great. So my channel's name is Reagan's Rides, so that means it's not limited to automobiles. I can also review motorbikes, boats, roller coasters even. But anyway, kidding aside guys, I've done a motorcycle review in 2021. It's the Aprilia RSV4 factory and I got a decent amount of views. But here's the thing. I'm not really a motorbike rider yet. Well, I haven't done that. Well, I've driven motorbikes before, but I'm not really into motorbikes yet. I'm not saying it's a closed door. It's still an open option for me, maybe in the future.
I can make it happen.
So, if ever I'm going to feature motorbike reviews in 2022, it's mainly going to be like motorcycle features instead of reviews because I couldn't give you a driving impressions video of these motorbikes. Yeah, so maybe it could happen, maybe not. Let's see how it goes. But yeah, definitely I'm open to doing that. Next, we have a question from Giomiko Baldonado. What's your dream project car if you have an unlimited budget? Alright, so Giomiko, if I have an unlimited budget, I would love to create an off-roading truck. And the base truck for this project would be the RAM 1500 TRX. Why the 1500 TRX? Because it's the most badass performance super truck available in the Philippines today. It's got over 700 horsepower, it's got a supercharged V8 engine, it's got a suspension that's already tuned for off-road performance. But I've seen some videos and some people who tuned their 1500 TRX to produce as much as 1,000 horsepower from that Hellcat engine. So yeah, this is something that I'd love to do because it's something that will be more usable here in the Philippines. I mean, it's a big, badass truck. It can go anywhere. You can take it anywhere. I'm not really dreaming about like fixing or setting up or tuning like Lambos or Ferraris like what KBH does. Mainly because, well, those vehicles are kind of limited as to where you can take them. But a RAM 1500 TRX, yeah, that would be a dream project car for me. Alright, next, we have GTMSA. Good day, Sir Reagan. Do you follow certain motorsport events? What's your favorite or favorites? Well, GTMSA, between presenting these video car reviews to you, these car review videos to you guys, and editing them, preparing for them, and working on my day job, working on my company. So yeah, I don't really have too much time to like follow and watch motorsport events.
I'm far too busy.
But if there is one, I dabble occasionally in F1. So I check out what's happening in F1 and just look at who's leading, what's happening in the races and all that. But to watch the events itself, unfortunately, I don't really have too much time on my plate to do that. Now, if you were to ask me which is my favorite F1 team, well, you can see right here, yep, I'm a huge Red Bull fan, so yep, go Verstappen. Anyway, next, Unknown asks, what crossover would you recommend for a teenager like me? My choices are a Ford Territory, Geely Azkara, and Subaru Forester. Enlighten me on my choices, hehe. Alright, Unknown, you are a teenager, and you're asking me for you're telling me, that your choices are a Territory, an Azkara, and a Forester, all three of which are cars for people with dad bods.
Dad, please just drive the car, Dad.
For families. Territory, Azkara, Forester, they're all really good cars, but I kind of don't see them fitting into to a car that a teenager will drive. I mean, if I were in your position, as a teenager, I'd probably go for a Mazda MX-5 or maybe an 86 or a BRZ or a Mustang, or heck, if you don't like sports cars, I'd go for a Suzuki Jimny and use the excess funds to set it up for off-road use. You know, as a teenager, this is the time for you to have fun, to enjoy, to explore the really nice and fancy cars within your budget that you can get. Now, when you form a family and have kids already, and that's when you can already consider stuff like the Territory, the Ascara, and the Subaru Forester. But you might have your reasons for this. But if you're really to ask me, it's going to be a toss-up between the Ascara and the Forester. Why? Mainly because both of them are all-wheel drive. And I am a sucker for vehicles that have all-wheel drive. Right, next. From Jason, 14297. Hi sir, Geely Okavango versus Toyota Innova versus Xpander. Bang for the buck. Well, Jason, you asked me for bang for the buck, and the answer to that, very simple, Geely Okavango. The Geely Okavango gives you the best bang for the buck within the category, bar none. You got the space, you've got the utility, you've got the features, you've got the performance, and the pricing ain't too bad as well. Now, comparatively, the Toyota Innova, if you're going to use it for hauling stuff, for ferrying people every day, yeah, Innova would work. Xpander would also work, yeah. But if it's just going to be for private personal use and you just want to have a comfortable ride, well, bang for the buck, Geely Okavango. Right. Next, we have a question from Kian Verneth Kalimlim. Hello po, Sir Regan. What will be the total cost of PMS and warranty on brand new cars? Thanks. All right, Kian Verneth Kalimlim. PMS cost depends on the manufacturer. If you go for a Mazda, they give you 5 years free PMS. That's a package for all Mazda vehicles. If you go for a Chery, you get a free 3-year PMS package. Yeah, that's also their PMS package in Chery Auto Philippines. Other than that, yeah, PMS warranty really doesn't have any cost. I mean, it is a warranty. It's already built into the price of the vehicle, so that's already the cost there. PMS depends on the manufacturer. The PMS cost of a Porsche is different from the PMS cost of a Toyota. There you go. Anyway, G, let's go. What is your daily? Just curious. Hehe. All right, so G, let's go. Well, my personal vehicle, as most of you guys already know, is a 2018 Mazda MX-5 Miata, known as Scarlet. And the Scarlet has been set up and tuned for track use. You know, I got the whole caboodle on a Scarlet. Now that's my personal vehicle. My other car, if ever I need a larger vehicle, would be our family car, my wife's car, which is a 2015 Nissan X-Trail 4-wheel drive. So right now in my household, I only have 2 cars. Why do I only have 2 cars? Because, you know, the car makers and manufacturers, they always lend me vehicles for reviews, for driving videos, for a lot of these projects. Sometimes I have 2 cars or even 3 lend-out cars from the car makers. So yeah, I need to make space for in my garage for these lend-outs. So yeah, I just have 2 cars, just the Mazda MX-5 Miata and the Nissan X-Trail, which is a 4-wheel drive. So I don't know if you've noticed, our personal vehicles are a rear-wheel drive and a 4-wheel drive. So I don't really have a front-wheel drive vehicle. Not really a big fan of front-wheel drive, mainly because of my steep parking ramp, which if it rains, when it rains, yeah, it gets super slippery, and front-wheel drive vehicles would have a hard time going up that parking ramp. Alright guys, so there you have it. Those were the questions that you asked me in that community post. So yes, I'm going to create a new community post, guys. Ask me another set of questions. You can put your questions there in the comments there. Not in this video, guys, please, so that I won't get like confused and all. I don't know if you've noticed, but I got a brand new shirt here. This would likely be part of my merch line as well. So yeah, just let me know in the comments of this video what you think about this shirt, if it's good enough for you guys to put in my merch line. Anyway, I'm Regan, and if you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe to Regan's Rides, and I'll see you in my next video. See ya.